Hi there. We're going to be starting a new series of lectures, and the series of lectures is going to be, the title is Learning Ethnographic Research Methods Inductively, and we're going to be, this next series of lectures will be based on reading through methodological descriptions in a range of ethnographic monographs. Now remember what an ethnographic monograph is. This is a book which is written by a single author, and it is an extended essay. It is something which, what your first monograph is usually based on a master's or PhD thesis. So it is an in-depth study of a specific social, cultural, religious phenomenon. This is a very common genre amongst social scientists, political scientists, historians, and I'm going to be doing this series of lectures for a number of reasons. And one of the first reasons is this, that writing is central to doing ethnography, and that not only have I made the point that central to learning research skills such as participant observation and transcribing interviews, central to that is turning the things that we see with our eyes and the things that we hear, we see our respondents doing and we hear them saying. Participant observation needs to be producing field notes that take time to write, and we've done a bit of work on that. Similarly, interviews take time to write. Ethnographic research is all about writing. That is all it is about. And there is a style of ethnographic writing which we use when we are writing essays, when we are writing articles, when we are writing monographs. And so really it's very, very important that when we are learning how to do ethnographic research, that we begin to be reading. Now, I've talked so much about reading over this course because first and foremost, this course is a course of directed reading. The difference between students who are successful and animated and engaged and enthusiastic and those who are not are students who read and who don't read. So if you read, you only learn how to write by reading. That's overstating it, but my point is that people who are good writers are also people who are avid readers, because the more we read, the more we see all the ways that we can use the English language if we're writing in English, or the Thai language or the Malay language. People who are good orators, who are good speakers, they listen a lot to the way that public speakers engage with their audience orally. And so if we want to be a good speaker, we need to be listening to good oratory. If we're wanting to be a good writer, we need to be reading. You'll see the word here that I've used is inductively. Now, we have done a bit of work on teaching the individual skills that are required if you are going to do specifically ethnographic research. There are observational skills, there's skills with getting access, working with gatekeepers and middlemen and advocates. But this is going to take an inductive approach. We're going to do this inductive approach. So deductive is you just go step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and it's kind of like a recipe when you're doing baking. You do this, you do this, you do this, you mix it together and boom, out it comes. Inductively means I don't necessarily start with a logical sequence. I may start at the end and work back. And so these ethnographic monographs that we're going to be looking at together over this series, and there are 11 of them, and the subject of, because of my interest and expertise in the study of Islam, there's quite a few ethnographies that study aspects of Islam in South Asia, in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Pakistan, in Indonesia, in Thailand, but there's also some ethnographies that are based on ethnographic fieldwork in Thailand, and so we have some studies of Buddhist nuns. We have some studies of South Thailand, and of a study of law and litigation in Chiang Mai, and mural art in Thai temples in England. So all of these will, I hope, will be of interest to you. And so the format of these lectures is I'm going to take one book at a time, and I'm going to begin with my book. And the link to the book will be provided for you. The books are on the Google Drive. If you were to go on the Google Drive, you will see that there is a category of monographs, but you can just follow the title of the book. And we're going to be specifically looking at the way that the author, and most of these are anthropologists, some are security studies people and social historians. We're going to be looking at how they described their fieldwork experience and the research methods they undertook, and we're going to be paying particular note with some of the justifications they made for the research methods. Okay, so that's enough preliminary information, and we'll move on to our first book soon, which is the monograph that I wrote, published in 2011.